So hi everyone, happy Monday. It's the 13th of May. We are almost halfway through May, and we are really lucky to have Nadine talking to us today. So Nadine is one of our newer coaches, so welcome to the family, but she has also got some great stuff to share with us about Instagram. And what I love about Nadine's point of view is that it's not just from being in multi-level marketing and being as part of Beachbody, and we always talk about building our own brand and that it's about us, and the idea is that, you know, actually you should be able to walk away from Beachbody if you were to choose to tomorrow, and your brand is you. It's not Beachbody, etc. So I'm really looking forward to this. So just a little bit about Nadine. I've got some notes because I'm never going to remember this. So Nadine grew up in the Middle East and she used to run track, that's right, isn't it? And was also part of the Omani under-18s football team. And you found your love for fitness. Like, that's amazing. Like, this is why I love doing this sort of stuff. Like, you find out so much about people. But you moved home to Scotland and you ran your own restaurant from the age of 22, and you've got a little boy called Rex. So that's when you sold it. And since then you've been qualifying to I'm a life coach, and also you help people build their businesses to social media before you join Beachbody. So amazing. So I'm going to pass over to you. I'm going to mute myself. If anyone has any questions at any point, feel free to put them in the chat box, and we can ask them as we go, and then we'll make sure that we give some time to answer questions or ask Nadine questions at the end, if that's cool. So I'm going to pass over to you. Will you want to share your screen or anything at any point, Nadine?
No, I'm not going to do that. Maybe in the future, but for the kind of initial, I'm good.
Cool. All right. Otherwise, I'd switch to you being host. Okay, so cool. I'm going to put you on mute and you can kick off. I've got my pen. Hope everyone's got their pens handy.
Right. Thank you so much for coming on. I so appreciate all of you taking time out. So I wanted to start off with kind of the basics of Instagram. So I've got my notes here. There's like 5 or 6 pages. So I'm going to try and condense it all into the main kind of key elements. So I wanted to start off with the goal focus. So basically, when it comes to Instagram, you need to have a firm kind of goal in mind as to what you're marketing for, because Instagram is such a vague and vast platform that there's so many people with so many niches. So basically, when you're looking for a goal, there are kind of 5 key elements to bear in mind with Instagram. So when you want to look for your goal, I would say have 3 of these things. So the first one would be brand awareness. So that brand would be you. So you as a brand, because Beachbody is who you are associated with, but the brand that people are coming for is you. It's not Beachbody. The fitness aspect and everything is what you're going to showcase for them, and you're going to show them that you can do it, and so can they. So the brand really is you. The other would be, which I think is one of the biggest ones people focus on, would be community. So growing a following through Instagram. Some people don't necessarily do it in the right way. There's a lot of bots and buyings of followings and things. And I would say that as long as you have a community that interact with your posts, you're golden. Whether you have 500, 200, 2,000 followers, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you have, say you put something out and you had 800 followers, maybe 10% of those are going to invest in you, but you have those people that are coming and talking to you on the daily, and you're able to answer their questions and their comments and their messages. So I've talked in depth to Charlie about this, about followers and everything, because the value that you can provide for your following is so much more important than the quantity of followers that you have. So the other one that I think people tend to maybe not focus on so much, but I think is quite important when it comes to multi-level marketing or a business part of Instagram, would be decreasing sales time. So trying to decrease the quantity of time that it takes for you to start talking to someone and then make a sale, dependent on what your kind of business avenue is. So that's one that people focus on quite a lot. I don't find that as important, because when you're building relationships with people, even if it takes a few months, a year, 2 years, if they're going to invest in you, they're going to invest in you, and they're going to invest in you because they trust you. So that's what I would say. And then the other ones are increasing sales. So building a following to go forward and increase the quantity of sales that you have, dependent on what you're marketing. So those are the goals. I will happily pop them together for you guys and write them out and everything. There's 5 key ones. The other one would be increasing leads, which is another one that's quite important, I guess, for multi-level marketing, making sure that you have people going in the correct direction to create leads for you, and you have people coming to you as opposed to you having to constantly go to them. So you want people to be able to come to you because they trust you, and you don't want to have to be doing all those 300 messages per week or whatever that it takes sometimes to build the relationship with those people, basically. So those would be the goals, basically. And then I think the other thing that would go hand in hand with those would be your macro story. Sorry. So I don't know if you guys have heard of macro story before. So a macro story is basically how to clarify your goals and how to make sure that you are posting valuable content for your following. So who are you? Why do you want to help them? Why do you think you can help them? And what's your personal story that's related to the reason that you're helping them? So basically, I don't know, like for me, I had, go.
Sorry, I'm writing them down. And
Yeah, of course. No, yeah, I've got them written here as well, so don't worry. So who do you want to help? Why do you want to help them? How do you want to help them? And what's your personal story that you can relate to that? So basically with Instagram, it's about becoming a giver. So a lot of people focus on the me. I have done this, I have done X, Y, Z on their posts, but actually people don't care about that. They care about what you can provide for them, which sounds really harsh, but that is the reality of social media these days. I mean, when you guys are scrolling, you want to stop people from scrolling. You want them to stop on your image in their feed and look at it and read your caption. That's what it's about. So if you're providing value for them, they're going to do that more often. The other thing that people don't think about a lot within Instagram is top of mind awareness. So basically that means that when you have a following, say if someone thinks, oh my gosh, I really want to get fit because I have this party or whatever, you want to be the person that's at the top of their mind when they choose to do that. So you want to be the person that they go to, basically. Yeah, Raven, that one's quite, yay, I'm glad I'm being helpful. That's nice. So yeah, top of mind awareness, super important when it comes to Instagram because, like you say, it's kind of like a Google version that's more personable, basically. So people are going to come to you as a person that's done something that they want to do. So the other one that I was talking to Charlie about that I thought I would implement in here as well was the hashtags. So a lot of people ask about hashtags, how to use them, what they're going to provide for you, if they do provide anything at all. So basically, there have been studies that show that people that use hashtags and that use all 30 hashtags have 50% more engagement than those that don't. And that's a big number. So when you're going through what you want to post, make sure that you're doing hashtags that are valuable to that post and that people are going to click on. I've actually written down a site link here for you guys. It's called ritetag.com. So it's RITE tag.com. This website shows you what hashtags are being posted by category and being clicked on the most in that hour period of time. So if you're posting, say, 10 past 8, it's going to show you all of the hashtags that have been clicked within the last hour, basically. So that's really valuable for when you're actually constructing. I don't know about you guys, but I have notes on my phone for whatever category I'm posting on Instagram. Then I just plow those hashtags in, copy and paste them. But be careful, because if you've only got 3 sets of hashtag sets, then Instagram will recognize you as a bot, and they can sometimes take away your posts or delete your posts or just completely overshadow you. And you can go into Instagram jail, which is not fun to be in. So yeah, just be careful of that. But yeah, in terms of what hashtags to be using, I would definitely check out some sites, because there are so many sites that show you what the most clicked on, what the most valuable, what influencers are posting and are getting clicks from, etc. So those are really, they're good sites to be on. And then there's also the aspect of where to post your hashtags. So I had a really in-depth conversation with Charlie about this a few weeks ago. So a lot of people post their hashtags, they make like a couple of paragraph skips and then they post their hashtags underneath their caption. Some people post them in the comments and some people just go straight in and post them straight after whatever their caption is. What I would say is if you are, oh, I can't see what Helen's typing. If you are using a call to action, so say you are looking for challenges for your next challenge group, I would put your hashtags in the comments, because when you plow those 30 hashtags into a post, you guys will know from scrolling Instagram, everything does get blurred together. All of the writing is really small and it just kind of gets lost. If you're posting hashtags, people's eyes basically divert between your caption and the hashtags. So if you're putting up a call to action, pop them in the comments. It's been studied that your hashtags will only be effective for about 10 to 30 minutes after your post goes live, mainly because you're going to get lost with all the other people that are posting the same thing. So I'm sure you guys have heard following between like 100K and 500K is probably your best kind of target market for the hashtags, because otherwise you just get lost. And it can be as easy as, instead of hashtagging parents, hashtag boy mum, and you're just narrowing it down ever so slightly just to pull those people in and make sure you're at the top of what they're searching for quicker, basically. So the other thing I was going to cover when it comes to hashtags, content, and that kind of thing is the constitution of content. So basically, what content you are posting in order to receive the most amount of comments, the most amount of likes, and the most amount of interaction for your account. Just skip my page over here. So basically, you always need to be targeting your audience. So it might even be if you sit down and you look at the 3 different aspects of you that your audience can interact with. So it could be anything. It could be fitness, mother, if you're in another job, social worker, or whatever it is that you're doing. Those 3 things are going to be key in order to build your content. So you need pillars. So basically, for me, I would probably say social media growth, business building, fitness. That's probably about my jam since I've stopped doing the other things. But yeah, look at your pillars of growth for Instagram and see what exactly it is that people are going to be interacting with. So yeah, content wise, different content appeals to different subsections of your audience. So when you narrow down your audience and you can say, well, these are the people that are within my Instagram and these are the people that I am targeting. The best way to go about it, now I've done so many different studies on this and I've done so many different courses on this, and it always seems to come out the same. You're looking at 2 different types of posts. You're looking at connection and you're looking at conversion. So when I say connection, I mean personability, being personable, sharing your life, sharing what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, etc. And then conversion is going to be looking for challengers, posting up about your upcoming groups and things like that. And when it comes to those, out of 10 posts, 8 of them should be personable, so connection, and 2 of them should be conversion, so business based, basically. Because if you go through, this is kind of obvious. If you go through and you're kind of conversion, then people are going to think, oh my gosh, she's so spammy. Like, I just don't want to even go to her profile anymore. But if you're showing people the personal aspect of what you're doing and why you can provide value to their lives and what it is that makes you someone that they want to talk to, then that conversion, when it comes through, you're going to have so many more DMs coming in from it, because people are going to want to talk to you. They want to know about your life, basically, and they want to have you as their coach. Basically, it's really easy as that. Instagram is a people-pleasing platform. It's a crazy platform, but it's a good one for interaction, for sure. Obviously, the standard kind of ones are there. If you are creating a community and building an audience, you basically need to restrict your limiting beliefs. So you need to make sure that you are saying, actually, I'm going to post this post and it's going to get so many likes and so many comments. I'm going to be not even able to scroll down in my notifications enough, because Instagram only holds 4 hours of notifications. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you can't scroll down any further. So yeah, basically content wise, I think the more you put out, the more you get back, really. If people are, a lot of people make the mistake of posting content for the sake of content. So, oh my gosh, I haven't posted today. It's 9 p.m. I'm going to post a picture from 4 weeks ago just to make sure it's there and say happy Saturday, something, you know. But it's so scrollable. Like, people can scroll past that so easily and they think, I might give it a like. I'm definitely not going to say happy Saturday back, but you know, if you're putting a memorable, notable caption on there, you're golden. They're going to stop and they're going to take notice of what you're doing. It's just, that's kind of, you need to be consistent in what you're posting and ensure that your captions are reflecting the person that you are and not some other person that's potentially on Instagram or not on Instagram. So yeah, content wise is a big deal. And a lot of people do fall into that hole of, oh my gosh, I haven't posted today. I'm just going to make up 3 random posts and they're going to be whatever. And I'm just going to put hashtags under them because I don't even know what to caption it. So yeah, really, really important part of it. I don't know if you guys do it as well, but there are a lot of apps out there where you can actually plan your content in advance. So kind of like what you guys do for the Facebook group, I guess, and you can have the app with your captions, with a kind of goal for yourself. So what picture, what image you're going to post up there and what exactly you're wanting to convey in that post. And it'll show it all as like a grid structure so you can see if it all fits together well enough, and your captions are going to kind of flow that way, because people are beginning to treat Instagram as a blog more than what it was originally used for, which was photographers posting up their beautiful images for everyone to see and hoping that they got some sales from it. It's kind of developed and grown arms and legs, and it's going to continue to do so. I was reading something this week and I got emailed a basic kind of description of what they're looking to do with Instagram. And what are the apps called? Yeah, so one of them is called Preview, I believe. I have it on my phone. Let me just check. Yeah, so Preview is one of them. And then you can actually as well do it inside of Instagram if you don't want to download another app. Plan is another really good one. So basically, if you go into your Instagram and then you click next, you can save it as a draft. And then when you go in next time, it's all going to come up on your little squares as something that you haven't posted yet. So that's quite good as well. Sorry, my chair is awfully creaky today.
Sorry, I'm being a bit of a spanner. Where is it in next? Where is it? So I'd love to be able to
do. Yeah. So basically, if you go in to add another post, so go into where you would just add a post.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you click on next.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then next again.
Yeah.
But then come back out of it and click save draft. And then it will save on top of all of your photos.
Mine doesn't do that. Hold on. So can you see my screen? Hold on, let me turn the brightness down. So I'm there. I'm on Android. I don't know if that makes any difference.
No, you should be okay. So click the back button.
Yeah.
Click the back button again.
Yeah.
Ah, yours doesn't do it.
We've had these issues before. Oh, hold on. You know, Helen, go on.
I normally find if I haven't cropped the photo or added a filter to it, it doesn't let me save it.
Okay, let me try again.
Try again. Yeah, that's weird because mine
where's it then saved, Nadine? Will it be all your writing saved as well that you've done?
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so mine does it without doing any filter or anything. The writing doesn't save. That's why it is way better to have the Preview app. But your picture will, so it'll basically come up here. That's the one I posted in group earlier. So it'll come up here, whereas all your other pictures are down here. and all of your saved ones will come up in like throws of 4 basically. So you can see what you would be posting and if they all kind of match up. But in terms of that, I would say, I think it was Raven that said the Plan app, Planoly, Plan app, and the Preview app. I use the Preview one. I think it was because I was using a certain filter and it had it beforehand. But yeah. So those are really handy as well, just to make sure that your grid flows. I personally use the same filter on all of my images on my Instagram, but the problem with it is now that we're coming into summer, my filter is quite dark and it brings out quite kind of autumn tones, and my pictures aren't really going so well. So the blue sky turns gray and the yellow flowers turn brown. So it's not such a summery kind of vibe anymore on my Instagram. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful, Hannah, for you. But yeah, so the other thing I think it was that I was going to cover was making sure that when you do your macro story, which is the whole who you're wanting to help, etc., you should be posting that about twice a month. So twice a month, you should have your macro story on there, whether it's different kind of evolutions of it, so a different part of your life, etc., but putting out there where you were at the time, so not physically where you were, but how you were in your mind, how you were feeling, something that is relatable to other people basically, is so important, because you're needing to help your audience overcome a particular problem. That's what everyone's looking for: problem resolve, problem resolution. And if they can't see that in you, then they're not going to come to your page. You need to be consistent as well. So you need to be consistently posting at similar times and making sure that they know that if I go to her page right now, then there's going to be something on there for me to read, something on there for me to watch. Is the macro story in stories? No. So Raven, the macro story is basically your own story. So
I was going to say, Nadine, sorry, I was going to say, Raven, that Scotty had recommended, and a few other had recommended, that Build a Story brand book.
Yeah,
and that is the Build a Story brand book is basically everything Nadine's saying about a macro story. It's all about how you set yourself in the story, but position yourself to be like the helper and the person being a hero of their story, but what you've done, what you've kind of shown, what you've done to overcome it, and kind of make it relatable. I definitely say it's worth looking at, because it kind of explains exactly what you're saying, Nadine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just
no, you're fine. Yeah. I remember you saying that actually, and it is such a big step and process through Instagram, making sure that you are conveying the right message, and being personable to people. People always want to know that you've had a struggle that they're also struggling with, and that you can resolve it for them without them having to Google it, basically. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. I was taking so many different social media growth courses, and I was kind of compiling all of the important information from those courses and plowing it into 1, 2, 3 pages. So if you're able to do that for someone else, that's what's gonna plow you ahead of everyone else in the game. People like to be handed information and fed information in small chunks and not have to go and research it themselves. People are inherently lazy. So that's what we provide. We provide a reason for them to not have to do some things. So yeah, I'm conscious of time, Hannah. What are you thinking time-wise?
Okay. I mean, just keep going. If you've got other stuff to share, then just keep going. If there's anything else.
Yeah, let me just check if there's anything else in my notes, because I've gone through quite a lot of it.
I've gone through loads.
Oh, yes. So something that I wasn't going to say, but since we're here. If you are posting content on Instagram, you need to make sure that the people that are reading it are going to have a feeling. The easiest feelings on Instagram are shock and laughter. A lot of people say fear is as well, but I don't think that's the nicest one to have on your grid. A lot of people say shock, fear, and laughter. I personally don't go for the fear, because scary. So yeah, shock and laughter. So, oh my gosh, look at that before and after picture. Oh, she's so funny. She's posted X. Because yeah, it's just conveying an emotion or a feeling in someone is how you're going to get them to return, and they're going to invest in you, and they're going to comment and think, oh my gosh, yeah, me too, amazing, or you are hilarious. So commenting is really important, and commenting on other people's feeds is really important as well, because you will find that, say Hannah, you're commenting on Charlie's feed. So you comment on one of Charlie's pictures, and then 9 other people comment on one of Charlie's pictures, and they look at your comment and go, oh my goodness, she's so funny, or she's so lovely. They will click on you. So it's not about just Charlie maybe clicking on you because you've commented on her picture. It's about everyone else that will do, because they will be engaging with Charlie. So it's kind of about like making sure that you are personable in both comments, messages obviously, but that's more private sector, and making sure that you're all of us are kind of interacting with each other, because we're all going through the same kind of funnel basically. So comments are super important, and especially if you're wanting to grow a following, if you're following a hashtag, so say you're following, I don't know, Fitness Bristol, because a couple of you are in Bristol, and then you're going through and you're liking those people's pictures, you're commenting on their posts, they're going to come back to your profile and they're probably going to follow you. If you're liking enough of their pictures, they're probably going to come back and like a bunch of your pictures. And that is honestly how I've grown the majority of my following recently. Mine have kind of I've gone from, I think I was at 900 followers at the end of March. On Mother's Day, I got to 1,000, and now I'm up at like 2,900 or something like that. And I literally, it's just because I've been interacting more on Instagram, and I'm not doing the follow for follow doesn't work. Insta anything doesn't work. I had someone message me the other day saying, can you do SFS? And I still don't know what that is. I think it means shout out for shout out. Maybe I don't think I'm down with the kids. So I don't know what that means. But yeah, those kind of things don't tend to work very well, and they don't work in your favor. Neither do the likes for likes. If people are organically liking your feed, then that's great, but it's not worth it. And yeah, make them feel something, because often what people think they want isn't what they need necessarily. So they'll want a specific thing from you, but actually when you provide them with something else, they're like, actually I can really resonate with that, and I'm going to come back to you because you're being personable and you're telling me aspects of your life that you maybe wouldn't normally share. So I see that little timer ticking down and it's making me uncomfortable.
I can't get rid of it. It's stuck
like, oh,
you're on the free version. No, that is really, really amazing. So we have got, like, you need to put a post-it over that timer.
I'm good. It's because it's right under my face.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, that makes sense. There was some really amazing stuff in there. Like, I think that's really important. Like, because we do talk about us being a brand and sharing our lives and being relatable and the personability, and I really love that idea. Like, there's some really great tips there that we can follow in terms of like 8 connection to conversion, and I think that sometimes, you know, this coach checklist that we should all have, and I fill this out every month. I think everyone's got this. And go, you know, one of the things here, it specifically says, you know, are you posting on purpose and with strategy? And that really is, you know, that's what it all kind of boils down to, doesn't it? It's about that valuable content and being relatable. And we're in the relationships market. That's what we do. And you have to build trust and you have to make yourself relatable. So having that real nice mix of funny stuff and shocking stuff and call to actions, but sharing you, like, there's 200, 300 plus thousand coaches out there. Mm-hmm. Whilst there's a lot of us, people are using Instagram more, and we need to make ourselves so much different. And, you know, it's people. I used to say this years ago when I worked in recruitment, people buy from people. There was billions of recruitment consultants out there, but what makes you individual, and I think that what makes you relatable is really important. And this is just all amazing stuff that I think we can go and action on straight away. So thank you so much. That's been really cool. Has anyone got any questions for Nadine? I've probably got a million, so I'm not gonna.
That's okay.
Has anyone got any questions?
I was just wondering, Nadine, you know that I don't know, you went and checked out my site, not my site, my Instagram, as to how genuine the followers were and everything.
Yeah.
Could you is that accessible to people? Because like obviously you know what I'm like. You know that I go on every day and I get rid of people every day, and like I said to you earlier, it's taken me I've been on that 1,000 follower bracket for like 10 days, because I go on and I'm like goodbye, and then I'm like, damn it, now I'm under 1,000. But it's really helpful that when you did it, to see how genuine your account is, especially like Vix, for like you talk about that, you know, with working in mental health as well, knowing of like, you know, just creepy people out there and things like that. It can just give you some reassurance.
Yeah, there are some creepy people on Instagram. I've had that experience. Yeah, I will double check that. It's on my laptop, so I can't find it. I believe it is igaudit.com. Let me just actually check if I'm right. igaudit.com, and basically, yes, igaudit.io. Sorry, it's not .com, it's .io. So basically you put in your Instagram username. It will first of all bring you up how many followers you have. It will tell you how many likes you should be getting on average and how many comments you should be getting on average, and then it will tell you how many you are getting and calculate a percentage following of genuine followers. I have had a chat with a couple of people that do Instagram growth and social media growth, and they've said that it might not be completely trustworthy because it is taking an average of what they believe you should be getting as what your following is. So like we all have probably completely different numbers. So, I mean, some people's is massively below. And I mean, last time I said to you, Charlie, last time I did it, it gave me like 67% authenticity. And I was like, don't be worried. Like, I think when I did yours, Charlie, it was like 97 or something, which is amazing. And then I did mine, I was like 60 what? But yeah, it's giving you a base. It's giving you a base of how many comments and likes you should be getting. But for example, like Hannah, I know you've got like quite a lot of followers, maybe 9,000 odd. But they'll probably tell you that you should be getting like 700 comments on all of your posts. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. So it does give you an idea, and it's good to have. I mean, you can go in and you can watch that number go up. If I do find anything else, then I will let you guys know, because I tend to get emailed these things, like what you can do to, I don't know, see how many followers you're getting, see how many you're losing, see how many people are following and unfollowing you. There was an app that I had last week that you could see who was following you and unfollowing you, and then I actually measured it against what was happening in my Instagram, and it was incorrect. So just be careful with those. You can pay like £4 a week and they won't be right. So just be really careful when you're purchasing things like that. But stuff that's free on the internet, all over it. And I'll make sure that I tell you guys if I find anything else.
That'd be awesome. Okay, Raven had a question. I don't know if we covered this. I was busy taking notes. Are your like all organic?
Are your like all organic? As in general, Raven? Like as in...
Let me unmute Raven. Go on, off you go.
Yeah. Do you use bots, or is it all just hashtags? Is it all, or is it just you posting and using the hashtags?
My likes, as in me personally.
Yeah.
All right.
On
yeah.
Instagram.
I think so. I think so. I hope so. Anyway, I don't actually. Do you know, that's something I haven't done, Raven. I've never gone through all of my likes on my posts and to see who it is that's actually doing it. Tends to be if it's someone that I'm like, you don't have a profile picture or anything, you look a bit dodgy. that I'll actually go on and see who it is. It's like,
But you,
and my son are on there. So
but you yourself, though, Nadine, you don't use bots to follow people, do you? You don't use any sites or anything like that.
No, I've never used any of those things, because if you ever, I don't think I ever would, but if you ever want to be someone that is receiving things and kind of reviewing them, etc., on your site, or you want to say rep for like a clothing brand or something, even if you're not getting paid to do so, they will look at that and they will go straight into your Instagram history and think, right, she's paying £40 a month to get X amount of followers every day. And it's just, no one will trust you. It's just not. No one will ever trust you to do business with them if you're buying likes and following. It's a really, really slippery slope, that one. Really slippery. So I hope my likes are genuine. I'm gonna have to go check now.
We're just about to, we've run out of time, so thank you so much. It's going to cut out. We really appreciate it, and if we've got any more questions, are we all right to, maybe we could do a little thread in the coach page about like Instagram questions, because we might have some more. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. What I'll do as well is I'll type out these notes and send them to you guys, so you've got like the different points that I've covered and the actual, because I haven't gone in depth because didn't want it to be ages. So yeah, I'll type them out for you guys.
Thank you. That is like, I've got some great stuff. I'm going to go action straight away. So really appreciate it. Have great.
Thank you.
Has anyone taken a picture? Hold on, quick. Is it going to come out? Oh crap! You ready? Smile. I'll send it to everyone. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.